and welcome to Time to Go Travel and Timepieces. My name is Bob, and today we are going to be discussing the Oris Aquis date. Before we do that, I just want to thank you for tuning in. I know there's a ton of channels with a similar type of content to sift through, and I really appreciate that you stopped by. So with that being said, let's switch perspectives and take a closer look at the Oris Aquis. Okay, before I jump right in here, I just wanted to give everybody a quick shot of just the packaging, how it's sort of displayed once you make a purchase of an Oris watch. So the box comes with an inner box, which is actually a really nice travel case for your Oris. Along with that, it has a little booklet with your, your warranty cards and that sort of thing, and the instruction manual, which I think is the standard one that comes with most Oris watches. For me, I really like presentation when it comes to watches, and I think it's important. And I don't know if anybody else is the same, but I actually display my watch boxes. I think they're almost a piece of art as well. Anyway, on to the watch. Oris, it's been around since 1904. They have quite a long history, and I really appreciate that. When I wear this watch, I feel like I have a piece of history on my wrist. So just to get some of the specs out of the way here, this is the 43 mil black on black version, matte black dial with a date at the 6 o'clock position. It's 300 meter water resistant, and the case thickness is 12 mil. Now, I know a lot of people I've seen have opted for the rubber strap, which to me the rubber strap looks awesome. But when I saw this bracelet, just the way the edges are beveled, I could not go without it. I was debating on ordering both, but just money-wise, I ended up going for just the steel bracelet. You can see how the light plays off of those beveled edges. It's just gorgeous to me. The case is mostly brushed. You'll see here on the lugs it's polished, which makes it really match up to the bracelet. So I thought, for me, the rubber actually it sort of threw off the some of the detailing of the case. And again, as far as the case goes, you can see it's kind of got I don't know if you'd call that a kettle shape, but it at the top where the case meets the bezel, the bezel protrudes a little bit, so it makes it really easy to turn. I find the bezel just to be so responsive. And you'll see that it lines up perfectly. I've heard some people that have had issues with the pip not being quite centered. I've dealt with this on other watches, and it drives me nuts. So if that was to be the case with this one, it would have gone immediately back to the store. As far as the crown goes, it's also polished. So with the case, the lugs and the crown and actually the screws are also polished. Those are the three things that are polished. The rest is all brushed. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but we do have a signed Oris crown with this really cool screwed on crown guard. I really like the look of it. It just makes it beefy and manly kind of looking to me. I don't know, it just does something for me. So I'm going to get to the movement here in a moment, but I just want to show you, if you guys follow this beautifully tapered bracelet down to the clasp. I just want to focus on the clasp for just a second. First of all, this is a really rugged clasp. It has a very nice click to it when you close it. It just feels really sturdy. Also, as a bonus, there is a diver's extension, which helps. I personally won't use that often, but it's nice to know it's there. Okay, so through the case back, you can see Oris's famous red rotor. This is a Sellita SW200, which is an ETA 2824 clone. I'm not an expert on watch movements. I'm sort of learning that as I go. So maybe some of the viewers could sort of give me some pointers on whether this is one of the better movements or not. For me, it's been operating at about plus 8 to 12 seconds a day, and I think that's not bad for an ETA movement. But again, you guys let me know because I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so time for a wrist shot here. So now just looking at it, I'll give you a couple of cons that I found with this watch, and there's not many. One of them is you can clearly see the reflection of the camera and myself in the face of the watch. The anti-reflective coating doesn't really seem to do anything. I know it's just on the one side, it's not on both sides like a lot of more expensive watches would have, but yeah, it reflects as if it had no coating, in my opinion. The other thing that I have a little bit of an issue with is the lug width. Basically, you're stuck with either the steel bracelet or the rubber. I've heard that there's an adapter you can buy to use NATO straps as well. I haven't actually seen that yet. But for me, in my particular situation, as soon as I tried this on with the steel bracelet, I was sold. I don't need to put another strap on this, but that's not for everybody, and that's just my own personal opinion. So that's going to be it for the watch review today. Let's take it back to the office. Okay guys, so overall I think the Oris Aquis is a very versatile watch. You can dress this thing up. It's a little bit thick to be wearing with a suit, but I think you could pull it off. But you could take this thing on vacation, you can take it to the beach, you can take it anywhere. This thing is going to stand up. It feels very solid, both, again, the watch itself as well as the bracelet. So I think that's going to wrap up my little talk of the Oris Aquis today. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.